I'm Marvin Plackett, and today is Thursday, May 21st. Greetings to all residents, to all staff, and to all guests. Yesterday I reported that we have 16 confirmed COVID cases on our campus here. And we have added one more since then. So we have one more resident that has tested positive for COVID-19. That resident was also located on Gilbert House like the other 7. So now we have 8 that have tested positive from Gilbert House. All 8 of those residents have been transferred to our dedicated COVID unit on 2nd floor. So they were moved from 3rd floor at Episcopal Church Home down to 2nd floor to our dedicated unit. And then the remaining 9 confirmed positive cases are staff. As you know, yesterday I talked to you about the testing that occurred on Monday, just 3 days ago here at Episcopal Church Home, where roughly 300 tests were completed of all residents at Episcopal Church Home and all staff. And in fact, all of those tests had to be discarded because they were exposed to excessive heat for X amount of hours, and that rendered them useless. And you might have seen in the press that some news organizations picked up that story, and I just wanted to add a little more to that story, or communicate to you directly if you haven't seen that. I want you to know that we hold no ill will towards any state of Minnesota officials, not Commissioner Jan Malcolm, or anyone else involved. The National Guard did a fine job. They were professional. They performed as they should have. They were very warm and friendly, etc. And the health department officials, Commissioner Malcolm, etc., they explained to us all the moving pieces, all the various related departments that are involved in coordinating such a substantial effort as testing all residents and staff in all nursing homes and all assisted living facilities throughout the state of Minnesota. It is a massive effort, and in that process, since it's especially being performed in such rapid session, or I should say in such short order, and there's so many moving pieces to it, and they haven't had adequate time to fully plan and coordinate and communicate everything perfectly, mistakes happen. That is life. We all make some mistakes. And so I wanted to be clear to you that as I've communicated in the press, and as I've communicated back to the health department, to Commissioner Malcolm, and we have had a few exchanges now, no ill will whatsoever. We understand. And the best part is, and this is the important part, Commissioner Malcolm explained the various measures, the various steps that have already been implemented to assure that this mishap will not occur again for some other organization or other people. So there's the summary there. Now, closely connected to that, we of course were looking forward to and grateful for the resources that the state of Minnesota was bringing to bear here at Episcopal Homes, since we do have some confirmed cases of COVID-19, as I've just explained. Since that didn't unfold the way we had all hoped, the need is still there. So next week, on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week, all of the residents and staff at Episcopal Church Home are going to be tested. That testing is going to be performed by us working with local agencies. And in fact, we already have received all of the testing materials from Mayo Clinic. They are in our possession. And the administration of the tests are going to be performed by our Episcopal Homes nurses and by nurse practitioners that already are coming to Episcopal Church Home. So once again, it's being, this entire administration this time around is being done internally, working with Mayo Clinic. So the National Guard are not involved this time, so that's the way it's being performed, and of course this is being fully supported by the health department. Oh, one more thing on that note, and that is that the swabs, they will be the correct swabs. The swabs are oral swabs, which means that we are going to administer that orally, which means that the swab is going to be going into the throat area, not through the nose. And so it's the correct swabs, right? Because you can either use nasal swabs or oral swabs. It's just that nasal swabs need to be going through the nose, and oral swabs need to be administered through the mouth. And so we have oral swabs. They will be administered through the mouth, which means the discomfort that a number of people felt on Monday is not going to occur again. It's going to be administered properly by our own staff, as I mentioned. I was asked once again, so I'm addressing it once again. Here's the question that was posed by a few people. Are we accepting residents from, or patients that are being sent to us by a hospital or another agency, like another nursing home or assisted living, if they are confirmed positive for COVID-19? The answer is no. We are not accepting anyone that currently has a positive case of COVID-19. The exception here is if that one of our residents contracts COVID-19, as already at this time 8 have. If one of them, and this has also occurred, becomes ill enough that they need to be transferred to the hospital, and we have one at the hospital right now, that when they then no longer need the acute care, the hospital care, and are ready to be discharged to another setting, then yes, for sure, we accept them back to where they came from here at Episcopal Homes. First, they will be placed, located on our dedicated COVID-19 unit on 2nd floor at Episcopal Church Home. And then, once they are fully free of COVID-19 and the tests confirm that and they're no longer contagious, then they will be transferred to their permanent home, wherever that might be at Episcopal Homes. Just a final reminder, the basics. We all need to be employing them at all times. Wearing a face mask anytime we're not in our apartments or in our units or in our rooms. Making sure that we are employing the social distancing. Making sure we are executing frequent hand washing. Making sure we're staying within our zones. So those are all vital, very important factors to always be practicing, okay? And remember, it's the full combination. And with staff, anytime they are having any symptoms, they are not to come to work to just inform us and then reach out to their care providers. And everybody goes through a screen that enters our campus for any reason, staff or any other healthcare provider or any supplier of materials. They go through a screening process. So those basics, always important. That is it until tomorrow. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 1:30. And now for some words from Phil Rose.
Thank you, Marvin. On Tuesday, Marvin showed up wearing his mask and his face shield. And today I wanted to wear the mask because I wanted to point out to Marvin that the face mask should always match your shirt, which should always match your socks. So there's a fashion statement to be made here. So anyway, I want to share with you an article or 6 suggestions from a woman named Brooke Anderson, who is a journalist in the Bay Area. And she had come up with early on 6 questions to ask ourselves each day during the quarantine and during the COVID-19 pandemic. And at first, I think I was true to these, and as time has gone on, I have kind of gone back to normal, if you will, and forgetting that we're in the midst of something quite big, obviously. And so these are her 6 questions that I offer to you. What am I grateful for today? What is it, a small thing? Is it a big thing? What today is making me happy to be alive? The second thing is, who am I checking in on or connecting with today? Am I reaching out? Marvin talked about that quite a bit early on, that we always need to make sure that we're reaching out, connecting to one another, and finding out how everyone is doing. This third one is kind of what I was talking about, how I've been forgetting about, and that is, what expectations of normal am I letting go of? It's easy to think that I should be responding to my email the way I always have, or whatever it is that you have in your head. Right now, sometimes just making it through the day is enough, and I think it's important that we acknowledge that. Number 4, am I getting outside today? Now, for some of us, that may not be possible to actually go outside, but are you having your window opened? Are you being able to smell some fresh air? If you are able to get outside, do it. Get out, enjoy, let the sun hit your face, let the rain hit your face, whatever the case may be. Am I moving my body today? Very, very important. And again, this depends on your own abilities. It may mean simply that maybe you're rolling your ankles, doing some stretches. It may mean going for a walk. Whatever you're capable of, make sure that you're continuing to do some moving. And also live within your body. You may want to take, if you start to get stressed, take 3 deep breaths. Place your hand on your heart and just slow down. And then the last thing is about beauty. What beauty am I cultivating, creating, or letting in? It has been so gorgeous with all of the flowers, so I hope you are able to take a look out the window and watch the green leaves that are coming in, and that you are appreciating and taking in beauty. It's really important to do these things in order for us to get through the long haul that we're being asked to do these days. So, thank you for listening. I will be back at 3:30. Until then, be well.